Morning peeps, good morning everyone. How's everyone doing? Hopefully you guys are all doing well. Don't forget, if you're new to the channel, like, share, subscribe. Again, apologies for the lack of a mic. I know the sound quality isn't the best. We will be back on the green chair very, very soon. Now that I'm actually staying out here though for a few more days, I will probably invest in like a little plug-in mic because this annoys me. I watch a lot of YouTube, and when people don't have mics, yeah, I don't know if I can watch the video, but you guys will stick with me. I know you will. All right, let's jump straight in and see what there is today. Let's start here. Ryan Garcia claims testing of supplements proves contamination. Yeah, I read this story yesterday. He's saying that a couple of the supplements that he took, obviously in fight camp, had ostarine in them. That's what his legal team have proven. Look, it's who you believe. I always say, like, you can almost be found not guilty in the court of law, but when it comes to boxing, it's whether the fans believe you or not. And fans just won't. It's that simple. We've been burnt so many times by PED usage in boxing that as soon as we hear anything like this, you are guilty. You are guilty, and it's very, very difficult to prove that you're innocent in the eyes of the fans. Again, in the eyes of the court of the law, you might be able to prove it like his lawyers seem to have done. But in terms of the eyes of the fans, that's a whole different conversation. He will probably get a 6 to 12 month ban. I think the New York State Athletic Commission will probably give him a slap on the wrist, and we'll probably see him fight, I don't know, end of the year maybe. So it doesn't really affect his career, boxing career. All it does, it affects the way people look at him. But in saying that, I mean, there have been other boxers that have tested positive for PEDs and fans seem to have moved on, right? Canelo is one of those that springs to mind, right? A big name boxer, and he was able to, well, at least in the court of the law, able to prove that he's, what was it, clenbuterol? Was either from contaminated meat or some bullshit, and he's moved on with his career, and he is the #1 boxer on planet Earth in terms of money generation. So I don't know, man. I don't know. Talking of Canelo, should Canelo Alvarez pursue the Terence Crawford fight and Saudi money? Yeah, I think he should. I think he should. I mean, I look at what are the options out there for Canelo. There's a lot of talk about mandatories coming up. We'll probably get to one of his mandatories in a second. And then there's a talk about he's ducking Benavidez, he's doing this, he's doing that. I think the Terence Crawford fight is the biggest fight out there financially and just big in terms of CV for Canelo Alvarez. I do. I really think it's a way bigger fight than Benavidez. And that Benavidez, just because of his size, might be a tougher proposition, but I think having Crawford on your CV is just bigger. And that's not me saying he beats Crawford. I think it's a very, very good fight. But having a guy jump up from 154 to 168 as opposed to fighting a monster in Benavidez, who probably will come in the ring somewhere near 190, 200. I don't know. I think Crawford's just a bigger fight. I think it's a legacy fight. I think the winner of this fight, I mean, you can make an argument. I know there's Alexander Usyk in a new way, but the winner of this fight could be classed as the best fighter of this generation. And I know there are lots of fighters in that pot, but I mean, look at the two names I'm talking about. So yeah, I think he should pursue that. And I think the money would be astronomical as well. It'd be astronomical. And what we are seeing now with Saudi is that the fight doesn't have to happen in Saudi. Obviously, look at what Crawford's doing with Matchroom, that's in LA. AJ's next fight will be at Wembley, but these are fights that are sponsored by Saudi and Riyadh season. So Canelo could still have this fight in Vegas in the T-Mobile Arena. It's just a case of it will be backed by Saudi money. So yeah, I think he should pursue it. Zhang, Deontay Wilder was made Matchroom captain as Eddie Hearn tried to kiss his ass. There's a bit of that, maybe. I mean, Eddie Hearn would love to sign Deontay Wilder, but ultimately, I think Eddie Hearn has made him captain to try and light a fire up the arse of Deontay Wilder. Like, look, he's the most experienced and he's the oldest in that team. And there is something about giving the captaincy, same with any sport really, you give it to the most experienced sometimes, and the elder statesman. You don't necessarily give it to the best player. It just doesn't work like that. So look, we'll see if it does light a fire up Wilder's ass. I hope it does. I gave you my predictions the other day. I'm probably going to do a final prediction video tomorrow morning. I just want to see how everyone looks at the weigh-ins. Hopefully everyone's made weight. They will do, so it'll be a ceremonial weigh-in today, but the guys would have probably weighed in or will weigh in. I'm filming this at 10:30. They're probably going to weigh in about another hour and a half. So we'll know the weights in a bit. But yeah, look, really looking forward to it. And now there's this added bonus of $3 million. That's ridiculous. And that was a last minute thing, by the way. That wasn't planned. That wasn't something that was organized before the event. I was hearing that as Dev was doing his thing on stage, I got a text message to say Dev's going to announce something very quickly, and it's 3 million. So it's almost like Turkey just decided, let's just give him a $3 million bonus. That's kind of the way it came through, because there was no talk of a bonus before then. Obviously, everyone's getting paid well. And if it's a $3 million bonus, which works out at $600,000 each per person, you can only imagine the purses that some of these guys are getting. That's incredible. That's incredible. And you can understand why a lot of fighters now are desperate to fight over here. Like a lot. So yeah, look, $600,000 probably won't change the life of a Deontay Wilder. It probably won't, right? I don't know how much Zhilei Zhang's been paid for his last few fights, but it maybe won't change the life of a Zhilei Zhang. But $600,000 to a Craig Richards or a Willy Hutchinson, Ammo Williams is enormous. Hamzah Sheeraz. Look, I hope I don't speak out of turn here, but I don't think Willy Hutchinson has made more than 30 to 40,000 max for his fights, like max. So he's gonna get paid, I don't know, I'm guessing he's getting paid 6 figures, and potentially he could be getting 600,000 on top of that. It's insane money. Honestly, it really is insane. And I guess this makes it now way more of a team thing. Like, because I've always said that, look, ultimately the fighters are going to go in there and do their thing. It's an individual sport. But all of a sudden, you're now there. And again, if you're Willy, say Willy Hutchinson beats Craig Richards, you're now going back to the dressing room and geeing up your fighters because you're thinking, Jesus Christ, not only have I beat Craig, but potentially come the end of the night, I'm going to be $600,000 richer. Huge amount of money, honestly, huge. And I mean, if the fighters needed a bit more of an incentive, here it is. Here it is. Someone did ask on Twitter, is it a team thing? Like, do the promoters get the money as well? Like, is it spread over 6 as opposed to 5? No, it's literally just the fighters. It is just the fighters. The face-offs yesterday were fantastic. Really good. I mean, look, I've always been excited about this fight card. As soon as this fight card was announced, I was like, Jesus Christ. And that's just because you guys know how it works. Normally you get a main event and maybe the co-main, they are 60-40s and 50-50s. That's it. The others, you can put your house on the other fighters, like 90-10. And sometimes it's not even 90-10, it's 100-0. These fights are genuinely 50-50-50. So the 50-50s, I think I said it before, I'll say it again. The 50-50s are, for me, Wilder Zhang's a 50-50. I can't pick it. Bull Ford is a 50-50. I can't pick it. And Hamzah Ammo, I can't pick it. I'm generally 50-50. And then the 60-40s are Hrgovic is a favourite over Dubois. And I think Craig Richards is a favourite over Willy Hutchinson. But not by much. Like the 60-40s are close. So look, really, really looking forward to it. Daniel Dubois just stays down the hall from where I'm staying. So I see him most days. I saw him in the gym yesterday jogging. He looked enormous. And he's confident, he's smiling. I spoke to his team and they said that he was dropping people left, right and centre in sparring. He's now 26, like he's grown up in front of us as a kid. And he's now a man. He's now a man. I think he's got his own confidence. But even at the presser yesterday, when Deb was asking him a question, he said, I think Deb asked, any more thoughts, Daniel? He said, no, move on. He's now confident in himself as well. So really looking forward to it. But yeah, what's this? Oh, God. But that $600,000 bonus is incredible. Tszyu versus Virgil Ortiz off due to a cut that Tszyu sustained against Sebastian Fundora. It's not healed properly. Fuck's sake. It's a big one. That was co-main event as well for Crawford and Matchroom. These things happen. Look, the only saving grace here is that card is what, August 3rd? What are we? June 1st tomorrow. I mean, yeah, you can get someone. I mean, you can draft someone in on 2 months' notice. I'm sorry. Stay ready. If you're a 154 pounder, stay ready. If you're any weight, stay ready, because these things happen. Especially stay ready with these Saudi Arabian cards, because you know how much money these people are getting. So look, and the good thing as well is that I feel like every promotional stable is on this card. There's PBC fighters on this card. So draft someone in. If I'm Erickson Lubin right now, I'm on the phone saying, I'm stepping in right now. Right now, give me that fight. I mean, I don't know what Jamel Charlo's been doing since he got a beat down from Canelo, but I'm on the phone to managers right now. If you're 154 pounds, like Josh Kelly, I'm on the phone. If I'm Josh Kelly, you got 10 weeks, 8 weeks to get in shape. I'm on the phone right now. Give me Virgil Ortiz. So this is an opportunity for someone to step up and do what they can do. Dmitry Bivol pays tribute to Malik Zinad for accepting late call for title fight. I liked Malik yesterday. Sounded very confident. For someone that, let's be honest, 99.9% of boxing fans didn't even know who he was up until a few weeks ago. He's come in, he's very confident, he's unbeaten, and he probably thinks, you know what, fuck it, nothing to lose here. Nothing to lose, all to gain. And not just all to gain by beating Dmitry Bivol, even if he just looks good against Dmitry Bivol. Let's say he pushes Dmitry Bivol all the way. I mean, his name's now out there. Because he looks and speaks well, if I'm Eddie, I'm having a look at him thinking, we can match him up with other light heavies here. The light heavyweight division is stacked in the UK. Light heavyweight division worldwide is very good as well. There are a number of light heavyweights to kind of get this guy involved in if he just looks okay. Doesn't have to look incredible. If he looks incredible, then fuck me, his name's out there fighting some of the top dogs immediately. Is Tyson Fury damaged goods for Alexander Usyk rematch? Fury's manager, Spencer Brown, was doing the rounds yesterday, and he spoke about the fact that this fight has been moved to December, not because of Tyson Fury, but because Alexander Usyk suffered quite a few heavy injuries. So look, I think they both took a lot out of each other. I do. And then you have to kind of factor in their ages as well. I think Alexander Usyk's going to be 38, Tyson Fury's 35. They both have had long careers. Alexander Usyk, the much longer when you consider his amateur career. So I think it's a question about both, not just Tyson Fury. Neither, and I've said this to someone the other day, as good as Alexander Usyk looked, and as good as Fury looked as well, neither are at their peak anymore. Not everyone can be a Bernard Hopkins. Like, this boxing takes a lot out of you. Injuries, again, just wear and tear on the body. The sparring sessions are always brutal. So they're both. If I was to think of Alexander Usyk at 100 and Fury at 100, the Usyk I saw, although very good, I've seen a better Usyk. I'd say Usyk's dropped down to about an 80, and Fury maybe a 70. The best Fury I've seen was maybe the Wilder second fight, and maybe the Chisora fight, the second Chisora fight. So they both dropped off from that, but they're still both very, very good. All right, anything else? Vosdik believes that Beterbiev is falling apart as he approaches 40 years of age. Well, look, Vosdik fought him, and Vosdik, by the way, pushed Beterbiev in that fight as well. Ultimately, Beterbiev just pushed Vosdik a bit more. Of course he is. I mean, again, it goes back to my point about Usyk and Fury. He's approaching 40. And the way in which he works out, it's the camps. It's never really the fights. It's what they put their body through in camp is frightening. Like, I've been lucky enough to, and I've never seen a full camp. I've gone to a camp and seen these guys train and what they do. And I'm like, you do that for 8 weeks. Like they always say, and look, it isn't always the case, but most time they say the fighting is the easy part. It's the camp, it's the making weight. Again, it's the sparring. It's brutal. And they hope they can get to the fight 100%. Most fighters don't. So it's the camp that kills them. And Jesus Christ, I mean, Bertabiev camps are just horrible, absolutely horrible. All right, guys, girls, I think that is it. We shall do a final prediction video. I'll do it with Darren and Barry. In here, we'll do a little round table thing. A final prediction video tomorrow. I don't know which way I'm swinging now. I think I swinged Queensberry's way, didn't I? I think we might stick with that, but we'll do a video tomorrow and talk about it. Peace.